Sleepy Hollow Season 3, Episode 6, This Red Lady from Caribee. Now, I want to instantly start off with what I think is my favorite thing about this episode, and that's kind of the new storyline that we're going to be getting with Jenny in the future of this season, because they were already doing something pretty cool with this alternate, storyline where we have, our normal main two characters. We have Abby and Ichabod, and now we have kind of the B team, which is, of course, Jenny and Joe. And so they were, kind of going on their route. They kind of blended the episodes, or the storylines at the end of the last episode where Abby finds out that this big mission that the FBI is going on actually involves Jenny and Joe, so she has to kind of talk them out of it, which she does initially, of course. It's never permanent when it's a whole new storyline. But it started off simple. It's like, alright, this is happening, that's happening. They go get this potion, and this random guy has like this crazy warning for Jenny, like, you're in danger and stuff like that. And then she ends up putting her hands on this stone, and it absorbs into her hand, and she has this crazy, like, fever dream stuff happen at the end of the episode. And I don't know if that means she's going to turn evil, if she's going to be, like, destroyed by the evil within, and then that'll create some random monster or what. But I'm so freaking excited for what they're going to be doing, because now we have Pandora, who also succeeded by the end of this episode. She's finished her tree. She walks into the tree, and then poof, she's gone. So we don't know where the heck she is. And now we have this whole new threat coming on that's inside of Jenny. So it's like now we have two threats happening, and we have one of them forcing everyone to try and save Jenny, I'm assuming. It's probably going to be like a double sort of deal where she's not only going to end up becoming evil, but she'll also be dying from within, because that's generally how that works. Whenever someone, like, is turned evil by some random magical thing, it's like, oh, it's also killing that person. So either way, whether that happens or not, it's going to be entertaining to watch how they solve it. But I was really surprised that that's where they took this, because it was like, alright, it was already entertaining enough because they blended the two storylines, and now, Abby had to tell them, like, hey, you guys got to back off because things are going to get really crazy. I can't, risk my job and stuff like that. And also there would be so many questions, and I can't act like I don't have any of the answers. So that in itself was already entertaining. And then Joe, of course, he just needed more answers about his father. And so he takes the stone. He actually does take it. And it didn't really occur to me at first when the guy, popped the little gem out of the rock. And, he had the glove on. I was like, oh, he just has a glove on. I don't believe he had one on his hand. Like, I did notice, but I didn't think it was because it could, like, absorb into, if you touch it with your bare skin, it would absorb into you. I was just like, that's weird that he has a glove on, because, like I said, I don't believe he had one on his other hand. So he knew exactly what he was doing, because the stone was in the rock the whole time. It seemed like all he did was just push it out like it was a magnifying glass, like a little thing. It was just like, oh, well, there it is the whole time. It wasn't like secretly in this rock or whatever. It's like, boom, got it, and now I can do whatever I want. So I'm very excited for what they're going to be doing, whatever they're going to end up doing with Jenny, with whether it's it's going to be something evil. That's just a fact. So she's going to be turning evil, I have to assume, possibly being killed from within as well, and they're going to need to find a cure to help save her. And the cure obviously can't be the stone because it's been absorbed into her, so there's going to have to be some other, random magical thing. And they didn't exactly end things on the best terms either, so this guy's not going to give a crap that she has this stone inside of her. He's going to probably try to just kill her and get rid of it, or, kill her, and then maybe the stone comes out of the host if you do it that way. Or he's just going to kidnap her because he knows exactly what the stone does to people, and he's going to try to use her to get, something else. Maybe he'll try to sell her as this, living version of the stone. But no matter what, he's going to be a little pissed because they held him and his people up. They, kind of locked him in the little shack, and they took off with the stone. So he's going to be pissed now. We still have the whole FBI thing. We don't really know exactly how close they are to kind of starting that up. They didn't talk too much about when they're supposed to be kind of going full force on this guy. But that's still going to be happening. And then obviously whatever is going to be happening with Jenny, whether she ends up getting kidnapped or she just goes on like a crazy killing rampage or whatever, I'm looking forward to that. Like that has me more excited than the main storyline right now, which admittedly did take like its greatest step in this episode though, because now the tree is grown and it's just like, what the heck happened? When Pandora vanished, it made it even crazier. It was like an even weirder mystery now because she just got what she needed, and then she walks into the tree and she's gone. Like she vanishes, and they talk about trees are sometimes seen as stairways to certain areas or dimensions or planes. So she's obviously somewhere that she needs to be. Like that's just obvious that considering the tree grew, but it still makes you wonder like what exactly could she be getting? What could she be breeding now that it might be like a culmination of all the creatures, which I highly doubt they do that, but it's gonna be something else crazy, and maybe she'll come back as the powerful creature herself or something. I really don't know, but I'm looking forward to whatever ends up happening. It would be really crazy. This just popped into my head, but it would be insane if that's how we got Betsy Ross in the present. If she tried to use Betsy Ross as a way to kill off Ichabod, because that would really mess with him, or if she used her to kill off the new woman that Ichabod is dating, whose name I really should remember her name. I feel like hopefully she doesn't end up dying. That's definitely a possibility because she's not a main character, but hopefully she doesn't. I do like her character, and we did get some good scenes with her as well in this episode where they have their first date and then their second first date at the end of the episode. But I enjoyed that. It was really funny, like them at like basically Benihana, and he's like, oh, it's very nice, but if he was in an actual battle, he'd easily be bested by someone with simple rapier skills. And then he had like the 20 questions to ask on your first date and simple stuff like that. And it was just funny. Like that's just those two characters are really good together, I think. So I love seeing that. Then they have like their nice simple first date at the end of the episode, and it was nice. So I'm looking forward to that progressing, and I do hope that she doesn't end up getting killed off. But like I said, it just popped into my head, like if they were gonna try to bring Betsy Ross to the present, that would certainly be a way to do it. And it might not actually be her. Like it could be like a demonic version of her, where it's like it's just a random demon, but it looks like Betsy Ross, and then maybe that could somehow translate to like, oh, it's a demon using Betsy's body or just to look like her. But since it looks like her, if we actually get Betsy's body, poof, she's back to life. And I don't think, I feel like that would be complicated and a bunch of extra stuff, but at the same time, it's a supernatural series. It's Sleepy Hollow, so that's kind of the perfect way to do it. If their plan ever was to bring Betsy into the present, which I'm still wondering about that as a whole, because she's a main character, but she is only in the past. So, a real easy way, like get a demon that looks like her, or just basically steal her soul from heaven or something, and then boom, I stole your soul. You're under my control. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but it does. And then, they have to defeat Pandora and save Betsy, and poof, Betsy's just alive, and she's gonna live her normal life all over again. Maybe, I don't know, but whatever they do, I'm looking forward to that as well, because it was nice to see, that the tree is officially blossomed, and so now Pandora's gonna get whatever she wants to get. Her final monster was fairly interesting, kind of creepy looking. Not the hugest fan of bugs. Definitely not bees. Like I don't think anyone's really a fan of bees too much, unless you just you have like a bunch of honeycombs because you get honey. But it was pretty cool. It was interesting how it worked, and it made people go insane. It definitely led to a pretty crazy moment where Abby had to deal with the FBI director, for her area. And so this is a guy that she now works under, who of course used to be her boyfriend. And it started off simple. Like as soon as he came out of the house and he was kind of mad at her about like talking on the phone, I was like, I feel like he got bit by the bug, because I know he was mad earlier, but I was like, I feel like he still would have been really calm about it, and he seemed mad. And then of course, like the next scene, he scratches his neck and he's like, oh, he was bit. So he's just driving like crazy, and then she has to not get killed because he's losing his freaking mind. And of course, he ends up saying how they had like this little house on the beach or something like that, and she left all that stuff behind, and she's like, I realize now that you left it behind, but I'm still there. And I was like, man, it kind of changed what we kind of initially thought about their relationship, where it was like, oh, they kind of just, broke up. It was more that she actually left him because she kind of wanted to go back to her normal life and kind of go back to, what she initially planned on doing, her set goal of being in the FBI. But I don't know, maybe, I guess there was something in there, probably some of the supernatural type of things, where she was like, even if there's, a possibility, I should just stop this all right now. So he's kind of heartbroken, and we kind of get a different look at things from how they initially played it, where it's like, oh, we broke up, and yeah, everything's totally fine. And she mentions, like, you didn't say anything I didn't already know. So, of course, she knew that she kind of hurt him when she left him, and that it might not be as amicable as he made it seem, or that both of them kind of made it seem, and just, things being pretty simple. But I enjoyed that. It was a nice little touch to kind of throw that in there about their relationship and how it really ended. And who knows what's going to have to take place. I feel like they are going to end up together again, but they can't do it, as like, the head of, the division, and then anyone working under him. That's illegal in any job. So I don't know how they're going to play that, but I feel like it's inevitable that they're going to end up together. It might not even be until the next season or something, but I really did enjoy this episode. I'm super excited for the stuff with Jenny now, because I was so surprised by it. I think that's why I enjoyed it so much. But of course, a close second is Pandora, because now she's done exactly what she's been trying to do since the first episode, and that was really fast. I didn't think it was going to be done. I thought it wouldn't be, for quite some time, but it's like, nope, she needed just, a couple of things to do some fear here and there. Tree's done. Now she's on the phase 2, and it's just like she disappeared. I don't even know what to think phase 2 could possibly be outside of the weird Betsy Ross thing, which I think is possible, but I don't know. Like, I feel like that's just me thinking, like, that's a great way to get a character in, and it technically is. But she, I guess, could make her like a supernatural being where she is almost immortal. So it would make it an easy way where she's like basically a monster as well as being Betsy Ross brought back to the present. But looking forward to the next episode for sure. I definitely enjoyed this one. Of course, I want to know what you guys thought about it, so please comment below. Let me know your favorite parts, your least favorite parts. And now that we have these two really big things happening, I want to know your speculations, both for what is going to happen with Jenny and what Pandora's going to do. Because as far as I'm concerned, I got my random theories, and, like I said, the Betsy Ross thing I just thought of. The Jenny thing, I think is a little easier to speculate. It's like, okay, well, it's this evil thing. She had, like, the crazy dreams and stuff. She's probably going to get taken over. Like, that just seems like the simplest answer to it. She might get some evil, like, some actual evil powers as well. She might end up getting, like, super strength and, like, some crazy demonic abilities. So, that would be cool. But I want to know your speculations for both sides of whatever evil is coming, our way on the show. So please comment below, let me know, and thanks for watching.